What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
All about the game. Now you play it. Yo, what's poppin'? All my peeps. It is I, your host, the most Renaissance man who always thinks he can, and your champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, welcoming you back to my house for another edition of the House Show, presented to you by Underground Industries. It's not just me. No, it's not just me, Patty P, here in the house. I'm joined as always by the founding father himself, Mr. KB, over in the porch, repping that porch gang. How we doing, dude? How we doing on this fine ass night in the house?
Well, you know, we're living the dream, making things happen, and just had a very productive, nice little combo before we started recording. So we're bumping and grinding, we're vibing.
Yeah, I'm not taking, dude. No, we don't do in the house. We don't take calls in the house. Wait, hold on. Back up. Can you cut that? Sorry, I tried to make a joke there and it didn't work because I got a fucking chef calling me. Really threw me off my game, KB. All right.
I was going to say, the one thing we do is take calls.
That's why I said back up. No, that's why I literally said back up.
Backing up.
We're going to back up. Because I'm like, wait, hold on.
You're good. You're good.
No, yeah, dude. Oh, that really threw me off. All right, well, where do we want to start from? Because, sorry, I didn't like that. Why you call me at 9 o'clock at night? Text me. Where do you want to start back from?
We're good. We're bumping and grinding. Had a nice little productive conversation before we started recording, and feeling good.
Yeah, no, we're feeling good now, and nice conversation about the future. Love thinking about the future, you know. It's nice, you know. Maybe not so nice if you're a WWE fan at the moment, because if you were looking forward to the future of WrestleMania, and this weekend we got Elimination Chamber. A lot of fans are looking pretty bleak about it, but hey, that's why we talk about everything here in the house, because WWE fans aren't doing so great. We got AEW on right now, which I think is popping. I think it's one of the better wrestling shows on television. And then you have NXT, which, KB, I think we have to put someone on my list tonight. All right, the newly acquired list of the champ. All right, you don't want to be on this list. This is a guest list you do not want to be on. We got to add some people to it. A lot of fun activities here in the house, KB, tonight. All right, and if you want to be part of the shenanigans and nonsense that goes on here in the house, just go to speakpipe.com/official house show to leave a voicemail about anything wrestling. You know, we got Elimination Chamber this week. How about we give some predictions? You know, who do we think is going to win? Are we going to see a return? Will Finn Balor actually win? You know, what? Anything. What's in the fucking box? You know, that's a really good prompt for you to call and ask me about. Speakpipe.com/official house show to leave me a comment about who you think is in the fucking box. KB, that's like the only thing people are excited about when it comes to Elimination Chamber. And I feel bad. I do feel bad.
You hate to see it.
No, you do. You really do, because this time of year, when nostalgia days, it was not called the Elimination Chamber. The Elimination Chamber, in fact, was only brought out in certain instances. You know, it wasn't a yearly thing. And it was a pay-per-view called No Way Out, and it just felt like a little bit bigger than the Rumble. You know, it just felt like, okay, We're getting ready for WrestleMania. Plans are finalizing. Who am I going to get excited to see at the Showcase of Immortals? And now with Elimination Chamber, it's so watered down. It's something that I do not like with these match type pay-per-views, is that you kind of pigeonholed for the show, because you have to have 2 matches that have that match type. One for the men's, one for the women's. How you do it is up to you, but you have to have both matches. Well, that's 2 matches on the card that are taken up by a specialty match. And we talk about now that not Triple H, Bruce Pritchard and the creative team are big into 5 matches. They don't stack the card with 7, 8 matches anymore. So that's, I would say, 2/3 of your show, almost 2/3, taken up by one match that you have to plan for. You can't just let whatever's going on flow organically. And it's just a quarrel I have with it, especially with the matches too, and the injuries. Like, it's just a rough time. It's very reminiscent of WrestleMania 32, when the entire roster went down as we led up to the show. Seth Rollins was champ at the time, about to go on one of the more fun runs with the WWE Championship. He gets hurt in a fluke incident at a house show in Dublin. Kevin Owens was hurt. There were a bunch of others. When that happens, you really are scrambling for plans. It also doesn't help, KB, that no one cares that it's back in Vegas and ticket sales are down even after they did a 25% discount. It's tough. It's really tough to sell. As someone who went last year and experienced everything, I went to WrestleMania 40 and said I'm going to go back. I went to WrestleMania 41 and I don't want to go back to the same city. It's different. It really is something that they're going to see as a disaster. I feel that Vegas is cursed with WrestleMania. Because if you look at WrestleMania 9, the first WrestleMania in Vegas, it's before 27, it was infamously known as the worst WrestleMania ever. Because of the finish, because of Hulk Hogan entirely, and then they go back after last year with everything that was booked and plans and things change. And then you go back and it just doesn't seem like there's a plan for it. It just seems like plans to scatter once again in a recipe for disaster. I don't have the same feel that I did the past 2 years when getting excited for WrestleMania.
It always felt weird when they, out of the blue, kind of just pivoted away from New Orleans.
It was weird, because it's not like New Orleans they never went to before.
Right. And it felt like everyone was excited. Oh, we're going back to New Orleans. And you're going to New Orleans the year after the Super Bowl is there. So it's kind of another, it's nonstop continuous party. And
fits the vibe. It fits the vibe very well. I don't get it. I was upset with New Orleans for my own personal reasons, because they didn't choose Massachusetts again. But I'm even more pissed that they just said, nah, you know what? We're gonna just go back to our ex and set up shop in Vegas. I didn't like that. Because why? If it made sense for anything going on, sure. But it feels like it's just forced. Everything is just forced. Here's a good little question to throw out there to the peeps. AJ Styles went on record, we're going to talk about it tomorrow on No Nights Off, that he preferred retiring at the Royal Rumble because he feels that WrestleMania lost a little bit's luster over the years. After, I think it's a little bit of recency bias with that comment, because of 41, and 40 was unbelievable, game-changing, revolutionary, whatever word you want to put on there. I feel that a lot of people would agree with that, though. And that shouldn't be the case. Everyone is more excited to me about the Royal Rumble than they are about WrestleMania every year.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like... I mean, I don't feel like Philly had that vibe, but like there was so much built into the actual like script of it all, if you will.
Seriously.
That like last year and this year, especially like you telling us about everything when you came on Underground, and then we started this show shortly after. It felt very Super Bowl-ish in the sense that it was more so a corporate event than for the fans.
Bro, it was so different from when we went in Philly. It just felt off. WWE World, the exhibits, not talking about that. More talking about the activities and things that were planned, and the matches itself. The card itself was a little bit like, really? You showed us in Unreal what the card could have been. Are we really in an era of egos taking over that much that we couldn't make it happen? Injuries, I understand. That shit happens. You can't get mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
But some of those matches that you had up there on the board originally, they had nothing to do with injuries. Those people weren't even considered. So it's just like I'm excited to sit and watch WrestleMania in my own home this year or with a group of friends, rather than being excited for the show itself.
Which I feel like shouldn't be the case.
No, this and it shouldn't be, but it's where we are. That was a nice little intro rant there, KB. Gosh, I got that out. I needed to get that out, dude. Been holding up some thoughts in that fishmobile of mine for a long time. I've been holding these thoughts in. We had the Raw Rewind last night, which I don't want to talk about Raw here. KB, I think if you want to hear my thoughts on Raw, go check out No Nights Off under the Underground Industries umbrella. Talked about Raw last night. I really want to talk about not the WWE, not even any really wrestling promotion that's on television. We'll talk about one that's right in my backyard of New England. Limitless Wrestling, KB, was without a doubt one of my favorite events I've been to this year. Favorite Limitless shows I've been to. I had more fun at this show over the Limitless Rumble. The main event ruled. It actually, that made a different list, but list of my favorite matches of 2026. Gabby Forza, the Nomi, challenged Donovan Dijak, the King of New England, or the King of the Northeast, I think he goes by, for the Limitless World Championship. And throughout the whole show, it felt that there was some sort of undertone with Limitless, that they're establishing themselves as an identity, with OGs and newcomers and all this. And there's a little bit of turf warfare, civil war. And that was done so well throughout the show when you have Aiden Agro, who turned his back on his partner, who's now Daphne, he's changed his name. The wrestlers changed their name, to Daphne, and there's a whole different gimmick change going on. But they're reunited and reunite to become MSP again, and they're aligning with Gabby to try to take down Dijak and Anthony Green and Channing Thomas. And in the main event, it's about Gabby, winning it for the good guys, the MSP and Ace Romero who's supporting her. They're defending her as the nonsense of AG and Channing Thomas to help Dijak retain the title is going on. There was a return. Aaron Rourke, his music hits. KB, spoiler alert, I was told Aaron Rourke wasn't even going to make it to the state of Maine at the top of the show because of travel issues. Here he is showing up in the main event. I haven't felt that type of surprise watching WWE or AEW programming. Awesome. That genuine feeling was great. He comes down, and him and Gabby, they were in the Rumble together. Final Four, trying to help each other out, best friends. And Aaron Rourke takes out Dijak and a helper, and then wham! Throws her right into the chair and costs her the match. He turned his back on his best friend. That Nomi is not Aaron Rourke's homie, unfortunately. And, dude, I was up front for the whole thing. I saw the whole thing unfold front row. I was in the mix. If you go to the Limitless YouTube channel and watch the live feed or the main event, I'm standing next to Channing Thomas and posing with the picture. There's a picture somewhere of the four of them. It's Anthony Green, Aaron Rourke, Channing Thomas, and Dijak. And the final shot of them, closing the show with where the guy, the money shot, title and all that, and we won. And I'm just standing there just taking footage of it all. It's awesome. It was great. And I just think there's nowhere else you get to do that and see that quality of wrestling. It was great. I loved it. I want to get you up to a show, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be a while with all the stuff we got going on down here, especially this year.
I know, it's going to be a while, but we got to get you. Oh, and hold on. It would be, I would be amiss if I didn't mention that, remember how I talked about on this show that I had a partner for the ride with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, partner didn't make it. Rode solo, Jason Derulo style.
I thought you were going to say Sokoa style.
No, not solo. Jason Derulo. Not bad. There was great, that. I gotta get Jimmy up there, which was hilarious. He texted me the morning of. I'm at the pier, and I'm like, hey man, just 2:45, be ready to go, no problem. And was feeling a little under the weather, so could not make it. Which I don't know. Feel like I'm owed one in a way. Maybe I don't know. We'll think about it. I had a point, lost it. Anyways, we're back on track. KB, indie wrestling is the friggin' best. That Limitless show is awesome, and I'm going to continue the indie journey. Heading down the 27th, Friday, to Beyond Wrestling. I was allegedly supposed to see BRG fight, but if you look at his Instagram, he can't compete. Good news is, though, he's going to be there. He did put out a tweet there, so we'll see him. And let me look at this card quickly, because some of the matches on this card, dude, for an indie show are wild. The one that pops out to me, I just said, I watched Gabby Forza. I'm going to watch her again. She's taking on Willow Nightingale, AEW champion, TBS champion, who she says is a dream match. You know, like, it's going to be awesome. I'm pumped for it. And I'll definitely be taking more videos and whatnot. For sure.
For sure.
Yeah. What do we got? Anything on your mind this week, KB, that you got to bring to the table?
What did I see this week? There's just been some fun Philly sports world rivalries going on that are just, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. But you hate to see it. It just makes me laugh. I'm gonna pull this up because I don't know if you would know any of these people mentioned, but I just want to pull it up just for the sake of pulling it up. Crossing Broad, which is a blog in Philly, put out a thing talking about just some rivalries here that would be funny to see go down, and this all stems from a Philadelphia sports radio host getting their sources allegedly incorrect about the Phillies and Reese Hoskins potentially having a reunion, and Bryce
wonderful.
Harper absolutely slamming the door shut on it not being legit. So they said radio host versus Bryce Harper, and I was just thinking of what would be some funny real world like card lineups of media versus athletes, or like coaches versus athletes, stuff like that. That's really been what's jogging my mind. And one of them on here, speaking of Jimmy from the Q, Dallas Cowboys fans versus reality.
Yeah, they have a real rivalry and tough time with them. They have a real tough time with reality. Because, bro, the last time the Dallas Cowboys won anything, the only game you could play on your phone was Snake. You couldn't even do that yet, I don't think.
Did we have phones then, really?
Yeah, they were the clunky ones with you pull the antenna.
Yeah, it's a walkie-talkie. Wee woo.
Wee woo. Wee woo. Those things were ginormous. I think that was the last. I don't think there was no such thing as an iPod. There absolutely was no such thing as an iPod since the last time. Oh, let's do it. Han. You want to see how long this was? Let's take it into wrestling terms. All right, when was the last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl? Because that info we need ahorita. So it was 1996, January 28th. So the year was 1996 in the world of wrestling. All right. So that is, all right. So Royal Rumble 1996. So at the time, the last time the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl, all right, what was going on in the WWF? That's another. The Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl since the WWE went from WWF to WWE. Whole ass change. All right, we have the WWE champion. I'll give you a guess, KB, because you definitely have heard of this person. I'll give you a hint. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Say it again. This is who was WWE
WWE champion in 1996.
In the Hall of Fame. Give me another hint.
It comes from a legendary wrestling family. Think pink and black. Do you need a more literal hint?
Yeah.
Okay. His name is the part of a body. Is the part of the body. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, if I had sunglasses, it would be cool. The answer is Bret Hart. Bret Hart, who famously hates Bill Goldberg. Bret Hart, holy shit, he was the champion, but then lost to this person who, KB, you definitely know who this is. And you only need one sound for a hint.
That sound being
Gong.
You don't want to be going one-on-one with The Undertaker.
He defeated Bret Hart for the WWF Championship at the time. And then this would be what year? Whatever, it doesn't matter. The winner of the Royal Rumble match that year. Also, WWE Hall of Famer, someone you do know. Okay, I'll give you, someone you would know, WWE Hall of Famer, works for WWE currently, in a massive role.
Triple H?
Warm. Who's his best friend?
I don't know.
Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. Oh, and that's when he would go and... Wait, what? Oh, I guess he lost it. Just going down this list is crazy, because I said The Undertaker won it, but he didn't defend it at WrestleMania. Or no, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't at WrestleMania, because Bret Hart was the champion at WrestleMania. That was the legendary Iron Man match that they had, the 60-minute Iron Man match that went into overtime, which a lot of wrestling fans debate that it's extremely overrated. I think it's an extremely overrated match. I don't know if I agree with it. Personally, I've watched it and fell asleep through it 4 times. Because it is a technical showcase. You know, though that's real graps. And it's very technical. You know, so that's how it's not what we would like to see as fans now. You know, if it's going to be a 60-minute Iron Man match, it needs to be something along the lines of an MJF Daniel Bryan, you know, or even the women's side, which people argue is the greatest women's match of all time. Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch for the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver. That was a 60-minute Iron Woman match that main evented the show. First time 2 women main evented a WWE branded pay-per-view ever. So historic.
I was also thinking it would be a fun thing to add to the mix whenever we record, which is typically on Wednesdays, but looking at the week of wrestler birthdays.
Oh, who do we got this week? Do you know?
So
do you have it up?
This week, which started, what day was the first day of this week? The 22nd. So the week of the 22nd, just yesterday on the 24th, our guy, Shinsuke Nakamura's birthday.
Did.
As well as Corey Graves.
Okay.
Celebrating a birthday today, Wednesday, February 25th, Sean O'Hare.
Oh, R.I.P. He ruled, dude. He was awesome.
DJ Gabriel.
I've heard of him.
Maria Kanellis.
Yep, that's Mike Bennett's wife.
And Ric Flair.
No way, really?
Yeah. How
Oh
old
my
do you
God.
think Ric Flair is?
80 million years old. Like what, dude? The dude is ancient.
He is 77 years old today.
God damn.
He looks a lot older than 77.
Yeah, he looks 80 million years old, dude. The man has cheated death 8 times. He's a cat.
No, that's just how many times he's made a comeback.
That's how many one final matches he's had.
Also celebrating a birthday this week, tomorrow, February 26th, James Mitchell.
Why do I know the name? If because I can get this. I know who this is.
He was a wrestling manager, WCW.
Oh, the Sinister Minister.
James Vandenberg.
Yeah, the Sinister Minister. That's James Mitchell. Yes, okay. James Mitchell was Abyss's manager in TNA and Electric. The dude, that was actually, whoa, you just unlocked a core memory. Crazy. That's what I initially thought the devil looked like when I was a child. Like, if someone asked me what the human embodiment of the devil looked like, I would say it was James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister. Because he had Abyss, who was like his Frankenstein, one of the greatest characters in TNA history, who KB Abyss now works for WWE, like everyone who was on the 2004 TNA roster, as Chris Park, and he's in WWE Unreal, and like featured him in one of the main events, or one of the parts of the show when he was producing the main event, and it was talking about timing and how, you know, when you're in the headset and whatnot, you got to hit your times, and, you know, oh, we, you know, kind of throw that move or that spot to the side, can't do that because it doesn't fit into the story for the timing and whatnot. So it was like, he's in a really important role, and then you go back to see, oh, well, what was he as a wrestler? Oh, he's just like the legendary monster Abyss. And if you see him in person, he's like the sweetest dude ever, like consistently apologizing to Bruce Pritchard about going overtime. You know, like, cool. Where'd I go? But yeah, Sinister Minister, James Mitchell.
Yeah, he's celebrating a birthday on Thursday. Also celebrating a birthday on Thursday, Pentagon Jr.
That's Penta. That's Penta, who one of his names he goes
We
by.
love geometry.
Mm-hmm. Shapes.
And then on Saturday, Ricky Steamboat.
Yes, one of Ric Flair's all-time rivals.
Norman Smiley.
Legend. He's a trainer at the Performance Center right now. Legendary veteran, like journeyman.
Masato Tanaka.
That's a legendary Japanese guy. That's what it is. That's in
Lance Hoyt.
That's Lance Archer in AEW, who's part of the Don Callis family. Everybody dies. That's his gimmick.
That could be a fun social post for us every week. Is this week in wrestling birthdays?
We could. That's a simple one.
Just start doing that in March.
Yeah. Who's got some? Yeah, let's do it. Woo! Fan of it. Dude, I've been doing some royal rambling here. I don't even care. It's fucking. I'm just happy talking wrestling here, man. You know, that's what it's all about. Fuck yeah! If you want to join in the chat too, you know, contribute. We all got to contribute. Speakpipe.com/official house show to leave me a comment about anything. So
you sent me some memes this week. We were inspired by.
Yeah, hilarious.
Our sister show, Underground Circuit, our motorsports show.
Yeah, family.
Do you want me to pull those up?
There's two. One for more like, hey, like a warning, and the other I just want to laugh because I feel like this is what is inside. This is what the internal thought of a Jey Uso super fan is at this point, because I don't know if any.
Let's start with the first one, then we'll end with the laugh.
End with a laugh. All right, cool. So the first one, this is why you cannot take everything for truth, and you just need to laugh at coincidences that happen within wrestling.
Give me 1
Because
second. Yeah, if you want to set the floor for this.
Yeah, so set the floor. AJ Styles obviously retired last night, which we'll get my comments about after this segment. Retired last night. He left his vest and gloves in the ring. This is a big deal because a lot of people were speculating that AJ Styles would go over to AEW and finish his career there, when those people clearly have not listened to anything that he said. They're only listening to what they want and wish would happen. Because AJ Styles is done. Okay, he wants to go home. He wants to be a father and be a family man. Great, you made a legendary career out of it. But you have these people on the internet who have no better use of their time to come up with this shit. And if you want to laugh out of it, then yes. If that's the purpose, I'll laugh with you. Hilarious. But there's going to be that small sect of the IWC that are going to take this for truth because of that gray area that we call kayfabe in wrestling. And I saw this and just laughed out loud. I was like, God damn it. Thank God I have a brain. You know, you're thankful and grateful for having a brain. If you got it up whenever. Yeah. So I don't know where we get the A. Sorry. I don't. It's clearly a P and a 1 for player 1 is the phenomenal one. But this is where they also just flipped it. Now that I'm seeing it with like mirror image, because the W is on the other side, you know, and then you have the E on the other side. So they want to make it AEW. Hilarious if we're poking fun at the incels that think he's just going to say, screw you, family. Screw you, wife and children. I'm going to go wrestle more with the Young Bucks. You know? But this was awesome. I love this meme. You know? I would like to know who made it, so I give him a shout out. But, you know, that's why you got to call in speakpipe.com/official house show. Tell me you made the meme. We'll give you credit. All right, what's the next one, dude?
Good one. Here is the other one.
It's just me, Oos. Like, I get it. All right. This I love also. I mean, anytime we can reference the Goonies.
Hey, yeet guys.
Yeet guys. It's just me, Oos. I love what's his fucking
or should
name?
I say Jay, you guys?
He wants Jey Uso main eventing WrestleMania. I'll tell you that. Oh my god, I love it. But yeah, if you think Jey Uso should main event WrestleMania, I have an image that you look like him from Goonies. Why am I blank on his name?
What a character.
Oh my god, he's incredible. Oh, that movie's so funny. So good. The movie's so good. Classic, as they say.
Is it Sloth?
What's his name? Well, Sloth, yeah. Sloth from Goonies, yes.
Oh. Hysterical. Jay, you guys.
Bro, I should get Captain Nonsense
That's
meet me in the ring.
That's the Jimmy from the Oos call.
That's his man. That's the call.
Jay,
the horn, the trumpet.
You guys on a vuvuzela.
And then he just comes up, suit and tie, jumping over the fence, just the clicking the heels. See that video? Amazing.
Oh,
I love that man. Oh, we love our peeps. We love our peeps here in the house. So I made the rundown totally. Remember how I mentioned how I'm just not excited for Elimination Chamber? Just happen to be a wrestling fan. Yeah, we should make predictions for Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking about that. The competitive nature in me remembered because people forget I did sweep SummerSlam. Right? No. Wasn't SummerSlam. What was it? It was October.
It was. Give me 30 seconds. Pull up the.
I swept it.
Instagram.
And
Or no, you went 12 for 13 on.
the weekend.
It was Crown Jewel and Bound
Yeah,
for
Crown
Glory.
Jewel. That's what it was. I went 12 for 13. The only one I got wrong was the freaking Call Your Shot Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, dude, if you're picking Kazarian and Dolph Ziggler to win, friggin' go play Mega Millions. Oh, jeez, yeah, that's fine. So, all right, let's get some Elimination Chamber predictions going, which, honestly, I have. We'll do that after, KB, all right, because I have the match card for Beyond up, and you know what? I'm going to do that after for all my indie wrestling peeps who don't watch WWE programming, which, did you know that that's a thing, KB?
What's that?
That you can watch wrestling and it not be WWE? Like, there are super fans like that are just indie people, or they are just Limitless people. When I was standing in line the other night waiting to get in at Limitless, I was talking to this group of people, like a group of friends, like a couple guys, couple girls, and they just go to Limitless shows because it is what they do on like a Friday night when they're in town, which I think is awesome. I was like, oh, do you watch it? No, I don't. I just watch this. Good for you. All right, what do we got do you have the match card up? I have it if you don't.
Elimination Chamber.
So you got it up.
2026. Yes.
So we only have 4 matches on the card, KB. Which, again, I kind of like. I like it for the quality purpose, but that's tough, But we got 4 matches on the card, probably in one of the reasons why fans aren't excited for it, but we got it. So I go with match 1, the Elimination Chamber match to be the number 1 contender for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 42. You'll face Drew McIntyre. We got Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Sloth's favorite wrestler, Jey Uso. I'm torn with this, KB. Sarah and I talked about it a little bit on the Raw Rewind. I have a feeling we're going to get an LA Knight push. I really believe that LA Knight Drew McIntyre would be a solid match for WrestleMania. And it would be a great time to crown LA Knight WWE champion, give him that moment. Because Drew is not, it was how I view it, Drew is not meant to be a long-term champion. He just needs to be champion and not for a long enough time to be vindicated with his story of, vindicated with his story. And with LA Knight, there's nothing else for him to do on Raw. There's no reason to have him on Raw. There's a lot more opportunities for him to be on SmackDown. And why not throw the belt on him? You don't need Cody to be champion. You need Cody to be feuding with guys like Jacob Fatu to get them ready to be the next main guy future WWE champion. So why? The time is now. Like, the time is now to make LA Knight champion. And everyone else in the match, let's take a look. Randy Orton, maybe, but, he's kind of got something going on with Aleister Black. Like, again, Randy Orton doesn't need to be in the title picture for Mania. Cody Rhodes, he's feuding with Jacob Fatu. You know that's going to come back and bite him in the ass in this match. And he's also feuding with Drew McIntyre, too. All three of those dudes got beef. Javon and Trick Williams, it's not a match for them to win. It's a match for them to impress. And I have no doubt in my mind that they will not impress. Those two are two of my top 10 guys to watch on the main roster right now. Javon Evans is taking over the spot quickly from Kevin Owens of favorite active wrestler on the WWE roster. Like, genuine favorite. That dude is so talented. And he has such a charisma and just vibe to him that is infectious.
Did you say Darizla?
He a little bit of that vibe, but it was just like, he's so freaking cool, dude. Like, the shit he does in the ring, with the high flying moves, the originality. Honestly, he did a move last night, or at this point 2 nights ago, where he bounced up from the bottom rope, did like a twist in the air, and then ended up kicking Kofi Kingston on the ground. That's freaking cool, dude. Like, I was all in on that. Yeah, I love that.
When you said he did a move, you'll appreciate this because you played Super Smash Brothers religiously, like I did. Do you remember Captain Falcon's catchphrase?
No, Falcon.
Show your moves.
Oh, that was it?
That was one of
I didn't
them
play
when
as
when he's like standing still and you did like the emote button, he'd be like, show your moves.
Oh, I didn't know. No, I never played as Captain Falcon. I was Mario, Kirby, and then Magnum.
Magnum?
Or Magnus? It was the dude with the... Or Store... Oh, my God. It begins with an M. Metroid? Oh, my gosh. I'm the worst with names.
Samus.
Thank you! Samus. He had the gun. It was sweet. And then he would kick people.
Funny. The funniest things when you're growing up is recognizing that Samus is a woman and Legend of Zelda... Yeah.
What?
Samus is a woman.
I knew the Zelda before you used that. I know Link is the character and it's Zelda.
Yeah, and then when you realize Legend of Zelda's actually the princess.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like calling Super Mario Super Peach. No shit, dude.
Yeah. Because then in the later games, when you have Zero Suit Samus, it's just woman Samus.
Just blew my mind, man. I really, you know what? You learn something new every day. That's awesome.
I'm here to teach the peeps.
God. Incredible. Freaking awesome. Yeah. No voicemails this week. Phone lines are down. We got hit with a storm, man.
Yeah,
we got hit with a...
But you said you were making picks, right? You were making picks.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm... Sorry. We got into tangents, and I just lost my... All right. So we got that. Cut that out. Cut it.
Nothing gets cut from this show.
You suck. Well, that's what it is. Big Brother, man. They're always watching. Match 2. We're going to go right in order of Wikipedia here. We got Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez in the Women's Elimination Chamber match for a shot at the WWE Women's Championship held by Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. This one I'm also, actually, let's go back to this. We were talking last night. Alexa is a dark horse for me. I feel that Alexa winning this match would really be a cool story to do building up to Mania. So Alexa obviously is partners with Charlotte Flair right now. Charlotte Flair did not qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Her best friend did. And now her best friend could possibly win and compete for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Something that Charlotte Flair believes she should be doing. Like, it's going to be a different dynamic. And then you have Charlotte and Alexa tension there. Are they really friends, or were they really just, alliances, acquaintances? It really adds another layer to this story, to the point where I believe from this, you could do a year-long feud between Charlotte and Alexa by having Alexa win, and then Charlotte having to be second fiddle to Alexa as champion. Something that Charlotte's never had to do in her entire career. Charlotte was never really liked throughout her entire career. She leaned into the heel Flair way. But you now have this different dynamic, and I feel like there's no better time than now to do it. With Charlotte being more vulnerable on camera with her character. Even in reality, stepping out and being more vulnerable in life. I think this would be a pivot in the right direction from the women's title picture. Because Fightful has said that they didn't really have plans for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania. And that's something that should be done and pre-planned around the Royal Rumble. It's, if you're going to pivot from something, pivot into this. This is gold. It's a diamond story that you could eventually turn into a year-long feud that could potentially set up your next year's WrestleMania in Saudi. Paul Heyman should be booking, but maybe not. I should be booking. I should be fucking booking the show. So I came up with that idea yesterday, and I've been sitting on it, just stewing in the car. It was brilliant. But that's why I'm just booking in my GMKB, That's why I booked there, because that's my pick. I think that's who should win. And I just don't see anyone else. Like Tiffany, I don't want to see Tiffany and Jade again. I don't. Rhea Ripley and Asuka are doing more with the tag team picture, which I would like to see some sort of multi-woman match, maybe even a ladder match at WrestleMania 4. And Kiana James, just show out, girl. Show out. What's up next? We have Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I have a feeling Becky Lynch is going to steal this one. And why I say that is because it's at Elimination Chamber. It's not AJ Lee's hometown of Chicago. It's CM Punk's hometown of Chicago. And if AJ Lee wins, you take out everything from that WrestleMania moment. It's a moot point. If she retains at Mania, it makes no sense. She needs to walk into WrestleMania with no title and walk out of it holding the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And with this, it's just Becky. This feud is good. It has been a little lackluster, mainly because of the critiques of AJ's in-ring promo. How she talks and kind of like a ditzy girl, and well, I'm sorry, Becky. And that where did you not watch in 2012? That's what she does, you know. And Becky Lynch killing it until, you know, she wanted to punch AJ Lee but was afraid to punch her, which I thought that was bizarre, you know. So I think Becky takes this one, and we end up seeing this rematch at WrestleMania because Becky Lynch wins in some bullshit way. Shenanigans will go down in this match for Becky Lynch to retain. And then what I believe should be the main event, because he is in his hometown, CM Punk defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. Now, KB, I would love Finn Balor to win. I really would. Okay. But this is where I take my fandom and put it to the side. Okay. CM Punk needs to retain. Roman, him, whether Michael Cole says it a million times before April 19th or not, it is one of the biggest WrestleMania main events in WWE history. You can't screw with that. So how do you make this match worth watching? Well, Finn can't lose clean. All right, there's tension brewing already with Judgment Day. All right, Dom believes that Finn should be helping him and keep his 2 belts. Finn's like, nah, man, you got to do that on your own. You're double champ. I got to go get myself a belt and become world heavyweight champion. You know? I feel like that's going to eat up Dom. Dom's going to get pissed. And he's going to cost Finn the championship. Whether it be incidentally or not, I have a feeling it won't be. We need to start setting up some WrestleMania matches. One of those matches being Finn Balor versus Dirty Dom Mysterio. If you remember what happened last year at WrestleMania, do you remember, KB, who Dom pinned to become Intercontinental Champion?
John Cena?
No, it's Finn Balor.
Oh.
He pinned his own Judgment Day compadre to become Intercontinental Champion. Wouldn't that be poetic justice if Finn Balor was to pin Dirty Dom Mysterio in the same arena at the same event that he pinned him for the same title? That's what makes wrestling beautiful, man. If we don't have that, that's how you rise up the stock of WrestleMania. Doing shit like that. Needs to happen.
So who are your pickies?
So we got men's chamber. I got my guy L.A. Knight. Yeah. Then we got for the women's chamber, we got Alexa Bliss. For the Women's Intercontinental Championship, we have Becky Lynch retaining with some shenanigans. And then we have CM Punk retaining in his home city of Chicago against Finn Balor, which would ultimately set up Finn Balor versus Dirty Dom Mysterio at WrestleMania.
I'm with you on the single matches.
Okay.
Just for some fun.
Oh, we love fun.
Switch ups. I'm gonna say Trick Williams and Rhea Ripley win.
Somehow one of those will be right. I don't know why.
I lean
but
more Rhea being the winner over Trick.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if.
But how could you not want those lemon pepper steppers at WrestleMania 42?
What does that even mean, dude? What does lemon pepper steppers mean? What is just yellow
lemon
tip?
pepper wings?
Yeah.
And his shoes are steppers.
Okay. and
It's
just not. I wouldn't wear them. I'll stick to my Air Maxes. Thanks. Or
It's also a song.
It is?
Yeah, Lemon
God,
Pepper
I'm learning
Stepper
so
is a
much.
song.
Okay. Yep. Play it in the house here and dance around. No, all right. So yeah, those are my predictions for the Elimination Chamber. What are your predictions? What do you think's gonna win? What's in the fucking box? Oh, I didn't even mention my prediction there. I have a prediction who's in the box. Okay, and I think so. Have you ever? So you listen to the Boy Meets World podcast, or like at least see clips and whatnot. So you know Danielle Fishel is big into wrestling. You know that here.
Topanga!
Do you know who Topanga's favorite wrestler is?
I feel like I do, but I'm blanking.
It's not a WWE guy. Or is it?
It's
Because maybe back then it's
Mr. Stakino.
do you know a guy? So there's this guy, Danhausen. Have you heard of Danhausen? Gotta love that Danhausen. He is a comedic wrestler in AEW that dresses up like some scary, kind of like he gives off Nightmare Before Christmas type of like
Boogie
skeleton. Yeah, well, no, he's very skinny.
Like Jack Skeleton.
Yeah, he's like literally like that skinny, but he's comedic, and he has his own little like he's just a strange guy, but he curses people by doing this, and I have a feeling that they're gonna open the box and it's Danhausen cursing somebody, because there's been reports of Danhausen linked to heading to WWE, which I feel would be a perfect place for him and what he does in his role as Danhausen. So, and why not a better place to do it? It would be even funnier if R-Truth was the one to open the box and you have R-Truth and Danhausen shenanigans happening on Raw. I don't know. And then you book that into a Scooby-Doo Netflix collab. KB, we're printing money. We are printing money with that idea.
True. That's very true. I found the origin of the lemon pepper steppers because Trick Williams was on First Take this week, apparently.
Oh, yeah, they're doing all promotion for Elimination Chamber.
He said it starts with his great uncle. They call him Sweet Baby James. He's from New York. And he gave him the lemon pepper steppers. And he said, when I come in with that high heel right there, that shiny boot right there, we take it very seriously because he passed down the same boot to Trick Williams' dad. We call him Big Britches. And then he passed it down to Trick.
What's Trick?
He said, I ain't playing around. I mean business.
He's electric, dude.
As soon as he said Big Britches, you just hear Stephen A. cracking up in the background.
Dude, he's incredible. He's a future star of SmackDown. Like,
I love Trick Williams. Philadelphia Eagles legend.
I love him, Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Two Philly legends in the Elimination Chamber. I like how we both didn't say Cody Rhodes.
Well, we know Cody Rhodes is just a Philadelphia champion.
Yeah, well, he's through and through.
It's tough to go on the road and win. On the roads and win.
It's tough to go on the road. Tough to beat a team 3 times. Tough to
I
beat
hate
a team
that
3
saying.
Why?
It's just so corny. It's like, what do you mean it's tough to beat a team 3 times? They're a different team every time you play them.
Yeah, no shit, but it's just the. Have you ever seen the video?
Yeah, it's just a corny phrase to me.
There are a lot worse, cornier phrases in the sports world. Some that just like really make me cringe. I don't know. Yeah, those are Elimination Chamber facts. Gibby, do you have any secrets? Do you have any secrets you want to tell? Secret time. Secret time. Do we have any secrets that we want to bring? Bring
I think you can start with the secrets first if you want.
All right. Well, there's a lot of things that, as a wrestling fan, I didn't want to mention. Trying to think of ones that would really like stir the pot. Because I mentioned that I did like the Mercedes Moné, Ultima Moné stuff. That was really fun. There's just crazy shit I can't really think about going on right now. I think my Royal Rumble secret take though is Elimination Chamber secret take. I wish that Santino Marella won the Elimination Chamber against Daniel Bryan. Going back in time, I think he won. I think we really missed an opportunity not making Santino Marella world champion. We could have had him win the Royal Rumble, but no, he didn't. And then he had a chance to dethrone Daniel Bryan. I don't know. That's my secret. I wish Santino Marella was world champion at some point.
Do I have any secrets?
That's the one that gets the juices going.
Do I have any secrets?
There's a lot of secret.
Secretly, here's a fun secret. It has nothing to do with wrestling, really.
Okay, but we gotta see the secrets going.
I've been going to the movies a lot more recently, and I gotta say, I'm usually not a fan of these things because I'm just like, why can't we just like keep things normal? But being able to go to the movie theater and have the no free ads, the Coke freestyle machine, it's kind of a game changer at the movie theater.
It's a fan. I like it too.
Being able to like choose your own drink and your own concoction at the movie theater, it works.
I like that. My secret time to that. I wish it was a Pepsi machine. I like Pepsi products over Coke products.
Secret time. I'm a big Coke Zero guy. Secret time. But I will say my normal movie theater is a Pepsi movie theater, and I will say sometimes Pepsi hits better with the popcorn, but I will say the Coke Zero hits really well with the snacks.
I get what you mean there. Yeah.
It's a weird like thing where sometimes you just wish you could double fist. Secret time. Pepsi and a Coke Zero. I went with Coke Zero Cherry because I was feeling frisky and it was really good.
Cherry Coke's elite, Zero or not.
I was also just kind of bummed because they didn't have Dr. Pepper in the freestyle machine. They had Mr. Pibb, and
what the fuck is that?
I've never had Mr. Pibb. No offense to Mr. Pibb. I just didn't want to be at the movie theater and then be stuck with a drink that I was unsure of and or didn't like because I never had it before.
It's off-brand Dr. Pepper. We know this.
But yeah, I was like, oh, I wanted it to cherry Dr. Pepper, but I guess I'm not getting that, so I went with the cherry Coke Zero cherry Coke Zero, and it was spectacular.
Secret time. When I went to last indie wrestling show, I asked for Pepsi or Coke, whatever it was, and I expected a regular solo cup, red solo cup cross. They put it in a Dixie cup and charged me $4 for it.
Dixie cup $4 is crazy. Secret time.
I was so mad about it. Secret time that I got 3. I sat there. I spent $12 on one soda, 20 ounces. It was ridiculous.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, and then I go up to Maine because this is Braintree, Massachusetts. Taxes. Massachusetts sucks. Secret time. And when I went to Maine, I paid $2 for a Pepsi, and it was twice the size. Secret time.
Holy moly! Also secret time. Secret time. When you go to the movies and you're able to get the free refill on your popcorn and everything, secret time. Make sure you like put it in a lockbox. Otherwise, secret time. Your dad may or may not be like the vacuum from Teletubbies and just scarf down all of your brought home popcorn.
Oh,
and just like, well, fuck, I don't have any movie theater popcorn anymore. Now I'm sad.
Yeah, no, secret time. I have to hide my snacks from my dad too. Yeah, because he'll take them and then laugh at me.
Yeah, I brought home a full bucket of popcorn, and then I came back from working on Sunday, and it was down to about a sixth of the bucket left.
That's so rough.
I was like, what is going on?
Dude, that's the worst feeling when you want to come home and eat that popcorn.
Also, secret time, how have movie theaters not partnered with major sports leagues and WWE and such to showcase big events on the movie theater screen? Secret time.
Secret time, WWE is blocking and blacking out anyone who tries to do that now, so they're their biggest enemy right now. Because they're blacking out these times because they want to raise ticket sales.
Secret time, that's dumb.
Secret time, no shit, but money creates greedy people. And one more.
Good episode of Secret Time. I like that. It was great.
Yeah.
I like that.
We gotta put that as a segment on the
Oh
channel.
my god, that's so fucking fun.
People are gonna be like,
love
what the?
Dude, you're gonna get so calm listening. You're like, oh, this is peaceful. It's nice. And before we wrap up here, KB, I would love to end on that high note of Secret Time. That was great, but I have to get some off my chest. Okay. All right. With all these rumors of Chris Jericho coming around the WWE universe, I got inspired. Okay. He used to do The List. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but The List was this gimmick where he would walk around. It was called The List of Jericho. And anyone that pissed him off or rubbed him the wrong way, he would look at them and go, you know what? You just made the list. And he would write their name on a list, and he was on the shit list. I feel like I'm too nice. Okay, I feel like I'm way too nice to people sometimes. And I got to let out some frustrations and annoyances, grievances, because the world isn't all sunshines and rainbows. So I'm going to spit some fire at you right now with the list of nonsense. All right. So you don't want to be on the list of nonsense. This is not a good type of nonsense to be on. All right. So we have our first entry. It was done last week. We have another one this week, but the one I want to just previously. We put LA Night Girl on the list. I know yeah, I know. LA Night Girl has to be on the list. You know why? All right. You don't disrespect the champ. So you're on the list. You made the list. And then, the next entry is Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer. And everyone's like, well, why Brian Alvarez? He's not Meltzer. Everyone hates Meltzer. And yeah, you know what? Screw that. Just saying that, Dave Meltzer, you just made the list. Okay? Dave Meltzer has made the list for two different reasons. Meltzer just needs to be on there. I don't need to explain that. I need to go on a rant about Brian Alvarez and what he said about NXT and his hatred for NXT. I can't stand it. NXT is the best weekly wrestling show on television. Every week it's something fresh. Yeah, you don't like what's going on with the product-wise and superstars? Cool, that's your fandom talking. All right, but when it comes to something that's different than the product you're seeing something that's innovative, new talent. Yeah, it might not be the best wrestling, but at least stories are being told. They're good at telling the stories, and there's something moving on. They're also great at pivoting because shit's happened over the past few weeks that they've had to pivot. All right, and they have these stars from AEW that are making this developmental brand into essentially a third brand. All right, they already have a developmental with LFG and Evolve. You see the Evolve champions coming on NXT. You don't see anyone else coming from Evolve. All right, it's a level, it's steps, you're not seeing it. All right, and the comments he made were about the title changes last night and why did they wait for this moment for the 3 title changes? 3 title changes is a great move. That was probably the most talked about NXT that I've heard in a while. You have Miles Bourne winning the North American Championship against Ethan Page.
Jesus
Dark
Christ,
State.
that's Miles Bourne.
Killed. And then you have Dark State losing the championships to the Vandy Project, where they lost because Tony D'Angelo screwed him. Well, what's the story there? Dark State took everything from Tony D'Angelo. So boom, you got that story. You got the belts off them, and they're going there. And then you have the Vandy Project, who are these chicken shit heels tag team who can be in good matches and be with guys like Hank and Tank and other people. Like, NXT's so good. And fuck you, Brian Alvarez. That's all I got about him. Do you have anyone you will put on the list, KB?
Now, when it comes to the list, what is the overall?
They got to annoy you, really.
But is there room for them to be removed from the list, or is this a permanent fixture of like, sorry about it, you're on the list for life?
Oh no, I can cross you off.
Tiers?
Oh, we can cross you off the list for sure. This is a list you can cross off. Like if LA Night Girl comes to the house, yeah, accepts the invite instead of just throwing the invite in the trash, then you're off the list. If Brian Alvarez admits that NXT is a very good product or the best weekly wrestling show, Dave Meltzer's just gone. I'm sorry, I can't justify that. I can't.
Who do I want to put on the list? I'm going to. I'm gonna let the people survive this week. I'm gonna think about it though, and we'll see.
That's
if I
fine.
Have anybody
We're gonna bring it up next week too. We're gonna bring it up next week because I'm gonna get annoyed. I will get annoyed probably. So be on the list. And hey, if you have someone you want me to put on the list, speakpipe.com/official house show. Who do you want me to put on the list? Give me a reason, I'll put them on there. And in the meantime, you're already leaving a voicemail. Hit that subscribe button and bell notification to know every
65 subscribers on YouTube.
Let's go. 5 more to 70. I think we can get that over the weekend. Let's go.
Just saying. In the fight for subscriber growth, my personal YouTube channel's ahead of the house show now. So.
Oh, we gotta change that because we gotta change that. I'm the champ.
I will say you are the third most subscribed to brand account we have. Behind, obviously, Underground, which has a little bit more precedent because we've had more shows on there overall. But OTB is at 104. And the house show is at 65. And I believe Underground Circuit is at 59.
Okay. All right.
Your boy is at 72.
All right, we're moving. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. We're going to grow. 5 more over the weekend. We got a Beyond show. We got stuff. Yeah. Make it happen. And then if you're listening, if you're not watching, but if you're listening on where you listen to your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, go subscribe, leave a 5-star rating and a review. We'll read the reviews on the house show when we get them.
Yeah, that is a big one. Subscribe on Apple and Spotify. That way people can find the show and get it into the algorithm there. Big one. Subscribe on Apple and Spotify. Looking for those subscribers big time. Be a friend, tell a friend. Obviously, we're only 30 episodes into this show, but would really like the podcast platform subscribers to skyrocket.
To rise. We can do it. I know we can. And if you're not listening to us in the house, you're following us on all social media platforms at Official House Show on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and
Threads.
and Threads. Forget the different. On Twitter at Real House, The Real House Show.
No, just real.
It's just real. We're just real.
We're just keeping it real.
We're just keeping it real, man. Real House Show on Twitter. Broke some news today about Stand and Deliver being 2 weeks before WrestleMania in St. Louis. I tweeted that today, so go check that out. And then follow me on all your social media platforms at Patty Pitts, PADDYPITTS, and KBIZZL311 on Twitter. After 4 years or 6 years, whatever it was.
Bang.
It only took me 7 years, but we did it. We did it, Joe. Instagram, not the same.
KBIZZLE11. All in all, it's always KBizzle. It's just Twitter is a 3. Shout out to AOL Instant Messenger.
You reminded me of Becca. Have you heard of that indie wrestler?
No.
Becca, the international pop star. Ooh, she's got a funny gimmick.
Dude, I went bonkos viral on Twitter for just shouting out our boys at Jimmy's Seafood.
Really? Well, dude, Jimmy's Seafood is
They're
fucking
the best.
Yeah.
The owner followed me and OTB and said he'd come on the pod.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah.
That one, see.
My tweet and it's from my personal account. 66,000 views on Twitter.
Wow. That's a lot.
Shout out Jimmy's Seafood.
Dude, you imagine you, me, and Jimmy talking about seafood on the Underground Pod.
Dude, if OTB ever got a presenting sponsorship from Jimmy's Seafood, I don't know what I would do with myself.
That's when he made it.
Best crab cakes in the land. Love Jimmy's.
I love crab cakes.
That crab cakes are my food of choice to review. If I see you have a crab cake on your menu, I am more than likely going to order it.
Really? Okay.
That's like my Portnoy food. Like Portnoy is with pizza. If I see crab cake, there's 3 things that I am that way with.
Okay.
It's crab cakes is number 1, hands down, and Jimmy's Seafood is perfect. The only perfect crab cake I've ever given. I recently had one that was very good. I think I gave it like an 8.3.
Oh, that was Jimmy's is 8.3?
No, Jimmy's is a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Like flawless.
All right.
Fried pickles.
Okay.
Have to be the chips though. We don't do spears. Fried pickle spears are not in the calculations.
Do you like them though?
They're fine. I much prefer fried pickled chips.
Okay.
And then depending on where I am and what you label it as, I'm always inclined to try a cheesesteak.
Well, that's the culture.
But
That's culture.
if your menu says Philly cheesesteak on it, you're out. Not trying it. That is a tip for all of the house guests. If you go anywhere, if you go to a wrestling show, if you go to a WrestleMania, you go anywhere. If the menu says Philly cheesesteak, do not get it.
Now, why though?
Because it is not what they are trying to replicate. If it says Philly cheesesteak on there, it is a tourist trap.
Yeah, it's steak and
slop.
cheese. It's like
If it's a true cheesesteak, it will just say cheesesteak, and then I will be far more inclined to try it. But if I also see that you list your ingredients, which you should, and I see, we put lettuce, tomato, no, we're not eating salad on our cheesesteak.
What the fuck are these? No.
Yeah, no. Cheesesteak, just steak, cheese of choice, which you either do Cooper Sharp, American, and if you like it, I'm not a provolone guy, but I will accept people who do provolone.
I wouldn't do provolone.
And then if you want fried onions or no fried onions. Anything else?
Ooh.
What are we doing?
Dude, I'm getting hungry.
Same.
That sounds good. That sounds really good. I'm calamari.
See, I
That's
don't
the
do
one thing I
calamari.
try. That's the one thing that the first lady and I will go and if they have it on the menu, I gotta try it.
I'm trying
I
to
don't
think
know
if there's
what.
anything else.
So good. That and nachos. I have to try nachos. That's a really nachos. If you have a crazy pizza, I'll eat it. Like if I go walk into a pizza shop and they have like a mashed potato, like the one place I went to, mashed potato pizza was delicious.
That's bananas.
It was mashed potato bacon.
That's bonkers. Just go to KFC.
Oh, we used to. Did I ever tell you what we used to do with the honey mustard pizza? Because you've had that.
No, I haven't.
What do you mean? You friggin' stayed at my house. We didn't
did
get
not
honey
have
mustard
that.
pizza?
No. I also don't like honey mustard.
Oh, that's why we didn't get it, because you're an asshole. That's why. Honey mustard pizza we used to do after every shift we used to get pizza. Like that, if you worked the night shift at the restaurant, you got pizza. But we got creative. You know, we used to do an A1 pizza where you would do A1 sauce to the pizza sauce and then throw every type of meat you could think of.
Bonkers.
Oh, that gave me so much heartburn.
Yeah,
And then
gout from that.
it's probably the reason why my stomach looks the way it does at the moment. And then we used to do, honey mustard, obviously. There was this one busboy who was obsessed with mashed potatoes. He used to all he ate was mashed potatoes to the point where we would have pizzas and be like, Jack, you want a pizza? He'd be like, nah, I'm gonna have my mashed potatoes. So they would eat his mashed potatoes, everyone loved the honey mustard pizza. There's no exception even to Jack. So Jack one night threw mashed potatoes on the honey mustard pizza. I'm not kidding you. You can only have maximum 2 slices before you legitimately feel like you're imploding. But goddamn, before you implode, it is the best. It's an incredible taste. Like, it shouldn't work, but it does.
It'll go to your thighs, and then you'll blow
Yeah.
up.
No, yeah, dog. It will go to your thighs, and then you blow up everywhere. But oh God, I'm getting hungry. So let's go out for food, KP. Let's go lock up the house and go get some food. All right, and yeah. We'll see you next time. We got Elimination Chamber on Saturday. We got Beyond Ballroom Blitz on Friday. We'll see you next time. Locking up the house. And remember, live Moss if you want to.
You just saying that.